Hello, this is Victor, and this time I want to talk about and to share with you some rumors, or more than rumors, are some facts that I see I have found in the internet about the new codex. So I just want to talk about some of the new things that it seems that will have the new codex of the Eldar will have, and comment how I see that. So first of all, I will put the links below on the website where I find all this information. In case you want to go, I have to tell you that the information is are pictures of the codex in Spanish. So I can confirm that the distortion weapons are going to be a strength D, but you roll to the table of the D weapons with -1. So what that means that you will always win on 3+. And because they are AP2, the objective will not have cannot do armor save, but they can do cover save, invulnerable save, and in terms of determining if instant death, so mainly for the feel no pain, it's considered the weapon have a strength 4, so almost everybody will have feel no pain rollable, and also the next ones will have the reanimation protocols at full strength. So yeah, it's a strength D, but it's a nerf strength D, so I don't think it's a big game changing. It's going to be, these weapons are going to be very strong against vehicles, are going to be very strong against monsters, but against infantry they are not going to be that strong. They are AP2, but it's going to be as strong as any AP2 weapon, and it's going to be even worse than for example a plasma against marines, because they will cause a D3 wounds, but D3 wounds on meters of one wound will not make the difference. So yeah, I think it's not overpowered, and it's not worse than before. Then we have the laser weapons, and yeah, the how it's called is the multi-laser, or how it's called it, will not have the laser lock, so will not give any more twin to the other weapons. So another big difference from another big change. The fusion weapons will remain the same, the shuriken weapons will remain the same, they will still have the Battlestorm as expected. Then we have, the other change is going to be on the, how it's called this, the weapons from the white spiders and similars. They will have monofilament rule, or how it's called, I don't know exactly the rule in English, but now the rule is that they will have a strength 6 or 7 depending on the weapon, and you will roll against the initiative instead of against the toughness of your opponent. So, and then if you roll a 6 to wound, the weapon will have AP2 if it's not unless it have AP1. So yeah, it's going to change. And they will not have special rules against vehicles, so no, this weapon will have a strength 6 or 7 against vehicles. And yeah, and against infantry it's going to be a strength 6 or 7 depending on the weapon, and you roll against the initiative. So another change there. Then we have the prisma cannon, I think it's the same, and the vibration cannon it's going to keep the same. They also have the stellar cannons, where we will have the stellar cannon and the solar cannon, and they did not change, strength 6, AP2. This is pretty the same. What else we have here? So there are a lot of things there, and a lot of information. Yeah, the Reaper missiles still strength 5, AP3, heavy 2. The missiles, the Eldar missiles, I think are not changing. And then yeah, we have the sniper rifle is going to be I think it's 36 inches. It's not changing. These are the main changes that I can detect. So then we have all the close combat weapons, the Wraith Warriors weapons are going to be as before. The X is going to be +2 strength AP2. The one used by the Wraith Lord is going to be strength +1 AP2, and the sword, the Wraith sword, is going to be strength +1 AP3. So I think this game is the same. The close weapons, I don't think, I will not go through the details. I will go more in details once we have the codex and I can more or less. Here I want to focus more on the things that it drives my attention. So a lot of weapons, they will have a lot of weapons of AP3 and AP2, and there is a lot of weapons of AP2, especially on all the Phoenix lores. So, and we can go, I think we can go to the special equipment. Just one moment. Yeah, another big change is on the serpent shield. Now the serpent, the serpent can still shoot the serpent shield, or how it's called, the serpent field, but only can do one shot per battle, and once it's shot, it loses the rule, it loses the field for the rest of the battle. So it's given the same, ignoring penetrating hits with 2+. You can shoot the serpent field or shield, and it will cause 2d6 hits of a strength 6, so 2d6 shots of a strength 6. But no, we don't have the laser lock from the multi-laser. We'll ignore cover as before and have the special rule that how it's called this, yeah, have the so it's going to be the same profile, but it's going to be just one shot per battle, and instead of 1d6, 2d6. But once it's shot, you lose the protection. I think the whole field is the same. I think the other equipment is more or less the same. And now we have also the Banshee mask will cause fear, and on top of that you cannot do shooting. You cannot do overwatch shooting to if there is a miniature with the Banshee mask. Then there is another, the Shooting Hawks will have a grenades pack, and this can be, they can make one shot in the movement phase. That is going to be strength 4, AP4, assault 1, blast, barrage, explosion, and ignore cover. And the area of explosion is that if you have more than 6 or more, then you can, instead of a blast, you can use the big blast. Yeah, I don't think there is. Then they have the Reaper telemetry. The enemy cannot do save. It's Jing save against this shooting. And then we have also the Crystalline Helm. Yeah, it's going to do the same. You can use one warp chase to avoid the wound from the perils from the warp. Then there is the relic weapons. I will cover more of this in future when I have it in English and I can give you the right names. I don't see anything especially incredibly good. The only thing that drives my attention is the Phoenix gem. It's one use, and then you throw a d6 before when the bearer of the Phoenix gem died. You throw a d6. With 1, nothing happens. From 2 to 6, you put the blast, the big blast, over the miniature. any friendly or enemy unit will receive the number of impacts of strength 4 AP5. If one miniature dies from this explosion, then you can substitute one enemy model by your lord, and your lord is back with 1/1. So it's a curious one. It's just then we have the typical things. We have a shuriken pistol that is strength 4 AP3. It's not a shuriken pistol. It's a type of pistol that is strength 4 AP3 and have how is this called? Oh, well, it's the one that if you throw a 6, you ignore the armor. Yeah, there are another weapon that is +2 strength, but have not AP, but is also with 6s you ignore the armor. We have a sniper rifle in the relics. So they are quite. There is another one that is for movement that you can. The bear is called the Follow Wing. If the wearer of this element of this equipment did any psychic power and have not shoot, in that turn can run up to 48 inches. So you move your miniature 48 inches. If you do that, you cannot shoot and you cannot assault. But you can repeat the cover saves. So it's just to reposition it, to reposition this guy 48 inches. So it's quite curious, this one. I'm wondering how much it would cost, because I don't have the cost, so it's difficult to balance if it's worth it or not. They have also their own table for the warlord traits, of course. And the picture is not very good and it's difficult to read the first one. So the second one is you can choose these 3 units in your army, and these units will have scout special rule, what is very interesting. The third one is the lord and the warlord and the unit add 3 to the when they try to determine how much they can run. So they run this 1d6 plus 3. The next one is the warlord. Repeat all saves of all results of 1 when saving. So I think that these 3 that I read are quite good. The next one is the 5th is the warlord. Have a split fire special rule. That can be interesting. And the last one, the Eldar units, the friendly Eldar units that go in deep strike. They don't disperse. If they don't scatter, if the first unit is at 12, so it's working as a teleport beam, teleport beacon. So if you deep strike at 12 inches from your warlord, you don't deviate, you don't scatter. So interesting, but okay. Then they have some other things here. It's called the Treasures of Baul, where we have these are more the equipment of the Phoenix Lords and well, it's more the equipment of the Aspect Warriors. So the wings of the Shopping Hawks. So here you have all the special rules. If a unit is composed of all Shopping Hawks, they can move 18 instead of 12, and on top of that they can go into active reserve if they didn't arrive this turn. So it's quite interesting. They can fly, and also the Shopping House knows they can attack flyers. So Shopping House are going to be able to attack flyers, and are going to be able to fly and go in active reserves. There is the energy field that will give 4+ invulnerable save. Then we have the I don't know how will this call, dispersing shield. So it's another will give 5+ save, and each time that the bears make a save, any enemy unit at 6 inches will receive the shooting that they will receive. No, will be. They have to do any. Will be impacted by a blind rule. So if they will need to do the test if they are impacted by a blinding rule. We have also the iridescent field that gives 5+ invulnerable save to the bear and all the unit. The warp generator. No. It's moving. You can also move to the 6+6. If you have double one, you lose one of the guys. And the Mandy blasters, I don't know if they change, but no, at initiative 10 with 4+, you do automatic wound to your enemy that is in close combat, and can save armor as normal. So you don't have to throw to hit. You just with 4+, you automatically make a wound. If the creature is gargantuesque, then on 6+. So they can be quite scary against monsters with the Mandy blasters, because with 4+, they will hit and they will make a wound on monsters. So it's quite scary, this one. And then we have also in the same in the other link, you can find all the different units. We have Eldar. It's not changing a lot, and you cannot see the points, so I cannot judge a lot. Then we have the Scout Guide. I don't know the name and it's difficult to read. It's a guy that have it's to work with the Pathfinders. The Jains are. Now we have to take into account that. So the Jains have all the equipment. It is still it's going to be quite a beast in close combat. The Jains will have the rule that at the beginning of the assault you can choose one opponent weapon, and then this opponent cannot use this weapon for the full combat, but you lose one attack in I think it's good. The weapon will have the strength of the Jains, so it's strength 4, and it's going to be AP 2. And the shooting is going to be assault 3 AP2 with the strength 4, and they cannot do defensive assault to the Jancer due to the mask. So, and also any unit that have joined the Jancer, so it's quite interesting. So it's going to be all the Phoenix Lords still have the Eternal Warrior rule, and then they have their own special rules. Karandavas also is going to be quite a beast in close combat. Here we can see the points. Karandavas will cost 200 points. Jainser will cost 200 points. Karandavas, I'm just sorry, the pictures are not the best in the wall, and I have to translate from Spanish to English. Karandavas will have also what is called the Scorpion Beat. That he will hit. He will make a wound on 2+, and you cannot do any type of save against the Karandavas attacks. So with 2+, you make a wound, and you cannot do any type of saves. And 4+ to make a wound on Gargantua's creature. So you just on initiative 10 you make a wound to your enemy without any type of problem. Also, it arrives, if you put him in reserve, it arrives automatically at the beginning of the second turn. And it arrives from any border of the battlefield. And if Karandavas is joining a unit with of striking scorpions, where there is not other character. All the miniatures in that unit also benefit from this rule. So you can put Calandras on a unit of striking scorpions. They will arrive from any edge, border edge or edge of the battle, and they will arrive automatically in turn 2. So it's these Phoenix Lords are quite strong nowadays. They look quite scary, and they add more strategy. So then we have the Furgan. Furgan have is the only Phoenix Lord that have different profile and have a strength 5 instead of a strength 4. He have a weapon in close combat that is AP 1, and it's armor bane, and also have the weapon that have a melta weapon to shoot. So, and then we have the resolution, and they have some more special rules that I cannot read because this is quite. But yeah, it's going to be this guy will kill tanks or vehicles very easily. We have then the Baharot. All them have Eternal Warrior. It costing 170 points Baharot. This is the Phoenix Lord of the Shopping House. Yeah, when he arrives from reserve, he's doing blinding attacks to all the units at 6 inches. And the weapon he has is AP3. He's the less strong in close combat, I guess. But he has high wear grenades. The Shopping House now are made to hunt flayers. So they will be able to destroy almost any flayer, because they can do high wear attacks to flayers in close combat when they are flying, and I guess he will have also the same rule that is playing on the Shopping House rule. Then we have Magandra. He costs 195 points, in case you want to know. He also has his special shuriken cannon, or what is called the Maugetar. He can shoot shurikens of strength 6, AP 5, assault 4, and how it's called this? I forgot the rule. It's the one that with 6s you ignore armor. Or you can have, and with 6s, if you throw a 6 when penetrating armor, you add a d3. I forgot completely the name now in English. Can shoot also another weapon that is strength 1, AP 5, assault 1, the same, you have to do pinning test, and have the biocatalyst, and is poisoned 2+, so it's wounding in 2+, and if this weapon kills, it's doing the same as the Death Jester. If you kill a miniature from this weapon, you may put a blast that is going to be strength 5, AP 4. Also interesting. And then in close combat is going to be strength plus 2, AP 3. So this guy is strength 6 in close combat, AP 3. So it's a good shooting guy, and he can shoot the Maugetar 2 times in the shooting phase. So he can do 8 shots of a strength 6, AP 5. So if you have a vehicle of armor 10, it's going to be destroyed with 8 shots of strength. And then we have the Autark with a lot of options. We have the Warlock Conclave. And now the Warlock Conclave have the Warlock Conclave have a special rule there. So if you have one, it's called the Communion of Minds, or Minds Communion. I don't know how it's going to be translated. So, but the rule is if you have 1 to 3 warlocks, they have level mastery 1. 4 to 6, then you have level mastery 2, and if you have 7 or more, then they have level master 3. If you start losing, then you start losing levels if you go down in and then you have to drop some at the power that you won. Your Warlock is costing 35 points, and you can make units of 9. No, of 10, sorry. You can make a 9 additional one. 9 additional. can make units of 10. We have the Spirit Seer. The Spirit Seer is not, we don't have the rule anymore that, so as was expected, they don't have anymore the rule that the Wraith Guard is becoming troops. So now the mark what they do is all Wraith Guard, Wraith Blades, Wraith Lords, Wraith Knights, Helmut, Wraith Fighters, all them can repeat the ones if they are 12 inches one of these guys. We have and then let's go to the Aspect Warriors. Yeah, we have the Guardians did not change and the Stone Guardians did not change. The Wind Riders, no, the jet bikes, they can have a heavy weapon per jet bike, so you can have 3 jet bikes with 3 shuriken cannons or 3 multi. So as was saying, the Wind Riders will have all of them, and they can have you can have heavy weapon in all the bikes now. They are costing now 34 points for the first 3. Let me check if I look in the right number. So an additional Wind Rider will cost 17 points, and it's 51 for the 3. Sorry, so 34 is 2. Yeah, 17 points per bike. You can include 1 Warlock, and yeah, you can have any Wind Rider can have a heavy weapon, can have a multi-laser or a shuriken cannon. We have the Rangers. I don't think the Rangers have make any big important change. And now we have all the Aspect Warriors, and all the Aspect Warriors have now their own special rule that are making them quite exclusive. So the Dire Avengers, they can do the Overwatch on with the skill 2, so they do Overwatch on 5s, or they can choose not to do Overwatch, and then they have counterattack and a stubborn special rule. So it depends what you want to do. And then the Exarch have the 4+ invulnerable save. The Exarch have access to some equipment as before, and they go with the Shuriken Catapult of the Avenger Shuriken Catapult. That is the one and they have plasma grenades. Then we have the Howling Banshees. I think the Howling Banshees now are going to be much use. At least they solve the issue they have. Now they have a Acrobat, and what this means that they add 3 to the maximum distance they can run. And when they they add +3 to the run and to the charge. And on top of that, they don't suffer any penalty to initiative when they charge cross difficult terrain. So it's like having assault grenades. So with initiative, now I think they are going to be more useful. And then they have the Exarch have another rule, but I cannot read because the picture is not showing. We have the Strike Scorpion. Sorry, they have a stealth. I don't know if they have it before, but on top of that, they have eroded. If at the beginning of the battle they have eroded until they shoot or they go into close combat. So they will be this including when they shoot is including defensive so Overwatch. So it's quite interesting. They have +2 to the cover save, plus they have 3+ armor save. So they're quite good. They're good infiltrators, and I think they have also infiltrate. So this is going to be quite interesting unit. The special rules of the Howling Banshees, I don't think they add. No, they don't add. They have the elder ones and we still have battle trend, so how it's called the one that elder, but I haven't seen what if they change the rule because it's not in the way pages. Then we have the fire dragons. All then have their own special rule. The fire dragons add +1 on the damage table. So imagine they are melta, so they will add +3 when they do penetrating hits on the vehicle. So I guess they will volatilize any vehicle. We have the Wraith Ward, and I don't see big changes. They cost 160 points per 5. We have also the blades, the Wraith Blades, 150 points for 5. The Werf Serpent now is costing 110 points. And remember that the Werf Serpent, the Wave Serpent shield is not working the same way. It's 1 per battle and is doing 2d6 hits when they shoot, and then you lose the Wave Serpent shield for the rest of the battle. The Shooting Hawks are the ones that I explained you that now they can shoot, they can attack close combat to flyers when they're. Here is the rule. So at the end of the movement phase, a miniature with the rule of they have intercepting rule, a unit with that rule can do an attack to a flyer or monster creature that they move through, and the attack will impact on 4+ and will make a strength 4, AP 4, haywire hits. So against monsters creature is not going to be that strong, because normally you will need 6s to wound. But against vehicles, I guess you are going to disseminate. Then they have haywire grenades and plasma grenades, and the grenades pack, so they have all the type of grenades. So they're going to be high mobile, and you will use the grenades to try to do the damage. The Warp Spiders. Now the Warp Spiders can move, so when their objective of shooting, they can decide to move to the 6 as if they were moving, and then the enemy cannot change the objective. So imagine that you are next, you move out of line of sight or out of range, then the enemy is losing the shooting, but then the Warp Spiders cannot use the ability in the next movement phase. So you can exchange your ability into your next movement phase by moving in the shooting of the enemies. We have then the Bright Spears or Bring Spears, I don't know how these are called exactly. But here the rule is that a miniature with they have if they move, they have 4+ cover save, so they don't need to jink, what can be interesting because then they can shoot at full ballistic skill. So they will have 4+ cover save if they just move, and they don't need to jink. The Crimson Hunter is also going to be quite interesting guy. They add also some special rules to them. So when shooting to a flying to any type of flying flyer, a miniature with this with the rule, they will have sky hunting. So he will repeat any armor penetrate. How it's called this? He will repeat the penetrating or the armor shots, the shots against the armor if they fail. So if you don't do a glancing or penetrating hit, you can repeat to see if you have it, and then you can make it dark, and you will have precision shooting on 5+. So it's also making quite interesting to hunt heavy weapons and characters on the ground units. The Vipers are costing 40 points, and they are this, as far as I see, they are the same, armor 10, and they have all the heavy weapons. Then we have the Helmut Wraith Fighter is going to be Seek level 2, and of course all the powers are the Elder powers or the Monology Santic. So they you cannot summon more demons with the Elder. He will have 2D, it's having the same D weapons and more or less the same equipment. The Dark Reapers, the special rule. So as you can see, all these units will have special rules. The Dark Reapers now can reroll the missing hits. When dispelling a unit, that have move or have make a turbo boost moves, have move during the shooting phase. And then we have the batteries. So it's going to be, I don't see the other change. So that we have then in the heavy support, I don't see big changes. We still have the vehicles, the cannons, so what's called the batteries. We have the falcons, we have the fire prisms, we have the nice spinners. Remember, we have the war walkers. The big difference now is that you can take I think this is new. You can take squads of 1 to 3, and they can do combined fire. I don't know if this was available. We have the Wraith Lord, and now the Wraith Knight. It's confirmed that it's going to be a gargantuesque monstrous creature, but it's going to be a warlord. So it's not anymore a Lord of War. Sorry, it's not going to be anymore a heavy support. It's going to be a Lord of War. It's going to have toughness 8 and 6 wounds, but its move it's going to be a gargantuesque monstrous creature or gargantuous creature. He's going to have a strength 10 and toughness 8. Yeah, and he have more or less the same weapons. And then in close combat, he also going to be a strength D. So in close combat, he's going to be strength D. And remember that all the D weapons of the Eldar, the strength D, it's not the same. It's you have you add -1 to the roll. And finally, we have the Avatar of Cain, that is going to be also a Lord of War. So interesting, they will have 2 Lords of War, that is going to be the Wraith Knight and the Avatar of Cain. So after that, I think, yeah, the Aspect Warriors are more balanced. I think now you will have more choices, and I think they make the Holy Banshees more interesting, and also the Strike Scorpions. I think was expected that the Wraith Knight was changing to a Lord of War and gargantuous creature. He has the size of the Imperial Knight, so I'm quite okay. And the D weapons are not as strong as was supposed, so they nerfed the strength D. It's a nerfed strength D, so it's not going to be as strong as the people were saying. Yeah, you will do a D3 wounds instead of making 1 wound, but in most of the cases this will be not relevant unless you're shooting. So they're going to be very strong against vehicles and against monstrous creatures, but not that difference when shooting to infantry. So what I see is that the vehicles are going to suffer a lot with the last 2 codex, because a lot of hardware is appearing now on the battlefield, especially with the Mechanicus. We also have seen a lot of hardware there, and also the monstrous creatures. There's more and more weapons that are just wounding on 2+, on 4+, poisoned. A lot of poisoned weapons now over there. So I think being monstrous creature is not going to be as strong as it used to be. So yeah, but overall I think it's not overpowered as people say. I want to see them on the battlefield, and I think it's good to compromise on the Wave Serpent. That was the main problem of the previous codex. I think now the Wave Serpent is more compensated. You do 1 shot per battle. Yeah, it's going to be strong shot, 2d6, but you don't have anymore the how it's called this, the one that is given to Link, the laser lock. It's not going to be anymore on the multi-laser. So I think it's not going to be as broken as it used to be with the Wave Serpent before. So just 1 shot per battle, and then you lose your field for the rest of the battle. So it's interesting. I'm looking forward. I will look and keep tuned to this channel, because I will do a full review once I have the full codex. I will try to make it more organized. Just today I wanted to share with you the news I have seen, and then just let's wait for this weekend to see the final codex with all the rules, the points, and make a better assessment. So thanks a lot for watching. Please leave your comment below. Let me know what you think about the new Eldar rumors, the new Eldar rules that are appearing. Very interesting to know your opinion. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.